Probably. What's the next question? Is it? Letra emocional.
While the senior members of the choir join us in leading the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see how we hail at the twilight's last gleam wash, where so gallantly and the rocket
Graduation ceremony. Here at AMSA, I'm in my 14th year here, 5th year as principal. It's great to be here tonight. I'm honored to welcome everyone this evening. And we have the city of, the mayor of the city of Marlborough here, Christian Dumas. Thank you. Everyone can sit down. We did rehearse that. Just forgot. All is good. Crew for setting up the entire event here. Mrs. Our students know who she is, but maybe not all. She makes sure that all this operates in. It's kind of a part-time, maybe even a full-time job sometimes, planning all the senior events. I feel like if you count maybe a few more events throughout the year, there's a lot of planning that goes into it. They've dedicated a ton of their time, so I do want to call attention to them. They've done an excellent job this year. Recording later. I do want to thank all of you for your dedication and commitment. I know how many countless hours that challenge our students each and every day, whether it's in the office, in the classroom, outside the classroom, on the playing field, at standards. So thank you to our AMSA staff. Guardians, that we can't do this without you. I feel like we have a very tight-knit community here. Most of these students have been here for lines of communication. It just makes working here a joy, and it just makes. I want to call attention, speaking of parent, the PTO, our parent-teacher organization, the initiatives they put on for our seniors here, sponsor a senior event, which many more. I'm not going to speak to you for too long. We have many speakers who are going to give you some great life advice. I just wanted to acknowledge, or just with, you can clap if you'd like. Senior class representatives, student government representatives, and Monraj up here. I believe they've done an excellent job leading you all throughout the year. It's just been a pleasure. You all have been through a very challenging curriculum. Catch that senioritis thing, but I know you all brought your best for the vast majority of your. I think that you are all ready for the next step, whether you believe it or not. I think one day, hopefully all of you come back for one of our Back to the Future alumni that AMSA prepared them. I think that you are all ready for the next step in life. I hope you all surround yourselves with great people like mine.
Good evening. My name is Cristiani Rodriguez, and it is an honor to be speaking to you all here today. Besides, and unhesitantly motivated me. I'd like to thank God, and I'd like to thank the two people from whom I derived to ensure us a good time, our administration for their determination to witness such a unique moment in our lives. I'd like to pose you a question. How many of you got here today using one of these? Any show of hand? Yeah, that's what I thought. Maps, if you're that Samsung mom. Or maybe you come here to play soccer with the 40s and up age group on Thursdays to you, either from street signs or GPS. Seniors, in times like these, how I wish there was a Lifeways. But we do not. Yet, we are not to fear, because all this means is that it's time for us to draw our own map for my new destination. Not because I wasn't on top of it, because a certain obstacle was in my path and I was stuck in temporary traffic. Now, for about 7 years, class of 2024. And even though for some of us our roads will cross again, our paths are going to drift in their extensive reach. May you too reach all that you put your mind to. Full of roundabouts that lead to multiple roads. And full of two-way lanes with the traffic coming and going. Yet, got you here. Never forget the sacrifices that were made, the sacrifices that were made for me. My parents left everything they knew to give me something new. There's also significance to never forget that you arrived at your destination. We did it. We did it. We arrived at the final stop of this destination. And now, we have a whole new journey to embark on. The next innovator, the next entrepreneur, the next doctor, the next tradesman, the next politician, the next explorer, the next businessman, the next founder, the next generation. Class of 2024, we are ready for this. On the edge of the unknown, ready to dive into the abyss of real life. Put on your seatbelts and get ready for the journey.
Thank you, Christiane. Now I would like to introduce Ms. Jessica Bowen, who has been
Good evening, boa tarde. Hello to my colleagues and all. I can't help but wonder if you are getting back at me for all those times I your phones. Tonight we gathered to celebrate a significant milestone in your lives. I'm so big, and you're ready to step onto that school bus. Remember when you thought the school bus was so cool? And to wear the uniform, you look so smart in it. Now you can't wait to recognize all the work that you've done this year and throughout your high school. Saw your beautiful works of art. We heard musical performances. A shout out to my chorus members. The determination that you have both inside and outside the classroom. You did your final presentation. Shout out A Block. Come on. D Block, where are you? Oh, G Block, where are you? Okay. Of proms and now their graduation photos. And I want to talk about a weird thing that happens in life. When society move on to the next phase of your life, the pattern of the mind will be the same as your peers. Many of you will be at a commencement 4 years from now. You have already decided college is not your path, or maybe you're going to decide that soon. I want to lose people close to you. You'll get fired from a job and it's devastating. You'll get bad news about your health. We're not often good about sharing the celebrate. I keep seeing my alumni friends with their engagements and their wedding. Your first promotion, the first time you get elected to city office and then come back to the school where you graduated from. And that's just not how it works. We've sort of trained you to think this way in high school. Totally different milestones at totally different times and a totally different view at the right time in your life. It's going to be the same with the right job or the right place to live. Own achievements and be happy for other people when they have something wonderful in their life. For your own life. In fact, I'd like you to think less about what will be your next milestone or what will be the next. Everybody wants to save the earth. Nobody wants to help. I certainly do hope that a whole bunch of you go out there and save the earth. We sure could use your help. But I think in our zeal to get to the improvements our world will see from the minds of your generation, you should absolutely dream of a better place every day, not by inventing the next electric car or by curing cancer, but just by small tasks, often seeming to make no difference at all. They become so small we think of them as drudgery. But our homes and our 17, even if you're 35, your mom needs help with the dishes. Hiding your yogurt spoons in the couch, that might be something personal. But helping just in that moment. Don't worry that you have extra work. Just do that one little thing. Every single day will present itself with hundreds of opportunities for you to do tiny acts of good. Do these little things that need to be done, even if it's not your exhausting day, and my husband has taken care of the dishes. Or maybe he's mowed the lawn, but when I see that it's been done, it's like a huge weight. The next thing that needs to be done, I clean the mail off the island, or whatever it is that needs to be done. And then that one small act is doubled in its energy of goodness in the world. And this energy of goodness, every time you let the person in front of you merge in traffic instead of honking and swearing at them, is just one little will have a better day. And that kid will go on to do something good for someone else. And every bit of thoughtlessness, insensitivity, anger, hate, mocking, meanness, stinginess, and cruelty you put out into our world harm to do good. If something does something nasty to you, you don't feel like you can do something good. It creates a cycle of negative energy that's the progress of our world. Some days it's really hard to be good because a lot of days the energy to be kind, you need to dig really deep. absolutely crazy. It will take every ounce of effort you have, not to just why it's so important that you've built up your bank of helping people with the dishes, because it's far more easily granted to those who helped me with the dishes. So to all my students and colleagues who can wash your own dishes, but when you take care of yourself, helping the world around you, don't underestimate the value of being dependable and self for the people in need. The responsibility we have to ourselves and to our world starts at home. I am a humble high school teacher, but I try well, and I try to help others by putting small acts of good out into the world. Positive energy into the world. Help your mom do the dishes. Don't wait for a big grand dishes in your house. But also, what if we treat the ordinary people around us better? The people who don't really do anything big, honestly. They're just there plugging dishes. When we help with the dishes, we show gratitude for all. I have food in my life. I have hot water to wash the dishes. My life is peace. If at the end of the day you have made this world better with only one, we'll do it too. The net good on the earth is increased. The cumulative, as you toss those graduation caps in the air, let's remember that every small act matters. Small acts become, help your mom with the dishes.
At this time, I would like to introduce your class of 2024 salutatorian, Mom.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you to all the teachers, administration, who joined us here today for this monumental occasion. And a special thank you to my mom, dad, and little brother for supporting me these last 4 for the class of 2024. Many of you may be thinking last Tuesday, and while I could have reused some or all of you for you guys, shout out to all of you who understood that reference. I was brushed and the epitome of my senior year. Anyways, enough with the intro. Ah, yes. I've had a pretty long relationship with second place. When I was younger, I used to play second. Thanks, Pranav. I'm second singles on the high school tennis team. Second in the class, and at the end of last year, I was second place for second place. Pressure, maybe he doesn't win because he doesn't believe he can. Anything these last 4 years, it is that things will happen to you, how you flip it in your head. Yes, after places, I could have just told myself to give up, but I didn't. Reflecting back on them, and I know I've seen in myself, in many of my peers, and also in the boss, what drives us to succeed. Bottom line is, no one, and when you're just right there, you start pedaling faster. Inspiring story, kind of. In my 10th grade year, the tennis team lost in the CMAS finals. Again, it all came down to me, and a lot of athletes want to give up. But I'd say me again, and we finally won. 5-0 sweep. I wasn't expecting it. And after always falling short, sometimes second place is key to first place. Be grateful for where you are, keep looking forward, become hungrier through the failures, and don't dwell on what's happened. The way you flip things is how you'll remember them.
Thank you, Manraj. I understand the challenge. And you probably have to be close to my age to understand that joke. Amazing pleasure to introduce tonight's valedictorian, and that's Ian Gifford. Ian.
Good evening, everyone. If you don't already know, administration, teachers, and friends and family to celebrate an incredible group of students. We've all worked so hard for this moment. Before I begin, I would like to extend incredibly passionate about what they teach, and that passion extends far beyond the classroom. influencing. I would also like to thank my friends and family, especially my family who flew here all the way sort of pressure on me. They just told me to try my best. And I'm proud, on top of it being Miss Sensi's birthday. Happy birthday, Miss Sensi. It is also the end of a transformative part of to be late, hours of homework every night, countless English papers, projects that are always somehow due during the same just to a life that's so different. But if you really think about it, this time of our lives is really the outlier. It will be the best years of your life. I encourage you all to take that with a grain of salt. We are all so young and have yet to face so many things, meet new people, and meet a new version of ourselves. These things will come to share something that Miss McAvoss told me and a few others just a few days ago. On Tuesday, just after she had finished sharing her whole life story with us, in this two-word phrase, she encourages us to find the thing we are most passionate about and challenge. And for a lucky few, you may already be there. But what I most admire about this simple phrase, be happy, question, what makes you happy? What is that one thing? Don't be afraid to try something new. Put yourself in uncomfortable positions so that you can find what makes you happy. It's perfectly fine. Be excited for the future. But if you ever feel lost, remember to take the unknown. Not until we are lost do we begin to understand ourselves. Congratulations, class of 2024, and thank you.
And now it is time. It's time for the confer to rise. Proceed to the right. Nikhil Ahuja, Samuel Alganin, Olivia Donna Maria Andrade Kane, Abigail Joan Asman, Patterson James Boucher, Nicholas Gabriel Ryan Michael Carignan, Sarah Marilyn Center, Gabriel Stephen Eleanor Elizabeth DeMartin DeZutter, Michael Forrest Domino, Victoria Cecilia Souza Ferrari, Manuel Frias. Gavin. Thomas Nathaniel Genninger. Ian Joseph Gifford. Colin Thomas Glenn. Maya Anna Gregorevich. Anish Ram Buddha. Gieku Gao. Jacqueline Marie Hartman. Joseph Peter Hartman. Tavin Rainier Hirsch. Joseph Holmes. Shabarani Emmanuel. Nathaniel Mark Jarrett. Justin John Joe. Yanni Hayden Robert Carney. Joseph Kelly. Avantika Kethu. Alexa Beth Kostetsky. Richard Lieber. Victor Vadimovich. Andrew Wilfred Marceau. Maxime Andreas Martin. Grace Ellen Mason. Casey James Mativich. Tristan Jones May. Andrew James McCabe. Matthew Damian Menendez. Faith Elise Payton Milton. Amy Mitchell. Sonia Hannah Moran. Morcos. Sophie. Isabel Kyrese Neves. Nicholas Martins Oliveira Osborne. Manish Patel. Ariana Logan. Madison Sydney Poirier. Manu Abakaran. Alex Joseph Resendez. Raisa Tomas Cornelis. Manraj Singh Robus. Angelo Souza. Hallie Elizabeth Walsh. Connor Sterling Williams.
And Ms. Steffi. Diplomas in hand. My name is Lisa Mobley, and I am the very with amazing humans in it. And with that said, what stands between you and your forthcoming celebrations? So, last 30 years in education and children's literature, your life at AMSA and beyond. And for those of you unfamiliar with growth, your student government VP students, we have always had the propensity to challenge yourselves every day. A perpetual thirst for knowledge. And what better way? In this beloved children's story, we follow the adventures of a curious little mouse whose appetite for more new concept, they'll want to fully delve deeper and try to understand it. The adventure of a mouse and his cookie cravings, there lies a deeper parallel between the story and the journey of your AMSA education, opportunities and perspectives along the way. As we stand on the brink of this new chapter in our lives, filled with endless possibilities, I promise you that. Let us remember the lessons of if you give a mouse a cookie on remarkable adventures for years to come. And always remember that if you give a mouse a cookie, and head on to your journey, wherever that may be. Okay, class of 2024. Turn your tassels. Graduates to grab their caps, find their tassels, and